choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, March 27, 2025. Today in history, on this day 180 years ago, German physicist Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen was born. Best known for discovering X-rays, he made pioneering contributions across various fields of physics. His research explored the magnetic effects of dielectrics in charged capacitors, the specific heat capacity of gases, and the thermal conductivity of crystals. In recognition of his groundbreaking work, he became the first-ever Nobel Prize laureate in physics. Welcome to today's Ching Chow Morning News. Let's start with political updates. Trump signs executive order to shut down Education Department. According to Comprehensive News from Washington, U.S. President Trump recently signed an executive order directing Secretary of Education McMahon to take all necessary steps to close the Department of Education and return education management to the states, fulfilling a key campaign promise to conservatives. Programs for low-income, disabled, and special needs students will be retained and reassigned to other institutions. Education has long been a political battleground in the U.S. Conservatives advocate local control and school choice, fostering private and religious schools, while left-leaning voters support increased public school funding and diversity programs. Trump has escalated this debate, making it part of a broader conservative push against perceived liberal indoctrination in schools and universities. Istanbul mayor arrested in Turkey. According to Bloomberg, on March 23, a Turkish court formally arrested Istanbul mayor Imamoglu, President Erdogan's main political rival, on bribery charges. Turkish police accused Imamoglu of leading a criminal organization, bribery, bid rigging, and aiding terrorist groups. Imamoglu denied all charges, while the opposition condemned the arrest as politically motivated. Imamoglu, 54, is a member of Turkey's largest opposition party, the Republican People's Party, which was set to announce him as a candidate for the 2028 presidential election. He previously defeated Erdogan-backed candidates in 2 local elections. Following his detention, large-scale protests erupted in major cities, including Istanbul, Ankara, and Izmir. EU releases 2030 Defense Capabilities White Paper. According to Comprehensive News from Brussels, the European Commission recently released the White Paper Defense Force 2030, outlining plans to boost investment in the defense industry, promote joint procurement, and enhance military production capacity to strengthen Europe's defense capabilities by 2030. The European Commission aims to raise €150 billion for defense projects while easing public finance regulations. The White Paper highlights key areas for improvement, including air and missile defense, artillery, ammunition, drones, military transport, artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and infrastructure protection. It also proposes integrating Europe's defense industry and simplifying defense equipment market regulations. Hamas leader killed in airstrike. According to Comprehensive News from Jerusalem, Israel's military operations in Gaza have escalated. In an airstrike on Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, Israel killed Hamas political leader Badawil and his wife, with at least 30 casualties. U.S. Middle East envoy Witkoff stated that Hamas is responsible for the renewed conflict due to its refusal to support an acceptable agreement. Since the first phase of the ceasefire expired, Israel and Hamas have disagreed on entering a new phase. Israel launched a large-scale attack, citing Hamas's refusal to extend the ceasefire and release Israeli hostages. Prime Minister Netanyahu reiterated that the war's goal is to dismantle Hamas's military and governing capabilities and secure the release of remaining hostages. Malaysia Airlines orders 30 Boeing 737s. Putrajaya Comprehensive News, on March 21, Malaysia Airlines Group announced the purchase of 30 new Boeing 737 aircraft, including 18 Boeing 737-8 and 12 Boeing 737-10, with delivery expected by 2030 to upgrade its fleet. Malaysia Airlines stated that the newly acquired Boeing 737-10 will be the first narrow-body aircraft in its fleet with fully flat business-class seats, primarily for regional routes. The airline will gradually phase out its Boeing 737-800 aircraft and aims to operate a modern fleet of 55 Boeing 737-8 and 737-10 aircraft by 2030. Malaysian Prime Minister and Finance Minister Anwar, attending the memorandum exchange between Malaysia Airlines and Boeing, emphasized that this decision is not just about fleet renewal but also key to strengthening Malaysia as a global aviation hub. UN, saving glaciers is a matter of survival. On March 21, the United Nations World Meteorological Organization highlighted at the first World Glacier Day that 5 of the past 6 years saw the fastest glacier retreat. Beyond the continental ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica, over 275,000 glaciers worldwide span about 700,000 square kilometers and are rapidly shrinking due to climate change. A recent international study on glacier mass changes revealed that the world has lost an average of 273 billion tons of ice annually since 2000, equivalent to 30 years of global water consumption. The United Nations warned that glacier melting accelerates sea level rise, triggers floods and water shortages, and directly impacts 1.1 billion people living in mountainous regions. Preserving glaciers is crucial for humanity's survival. Finland tops global happiness ranking again. On March 20, the University of Oxford's Wellbeing Research Centre released the 2025 World Happiness Report, with Nordic countries continuing to dominate the rankings. Finland retained its position as the world's happiest country for the 8th consecutive year, followed by Denmark, Iceland, and Sweden. Meanwhile, the United States dropped to 24th place, its lowest ranking in history. Experts attribute the Nordic countries' high happiness levels to comprehensive welfare systems, including paid parental leave, unemployment benefits, and universal health care. The decline in the U.S. happiness index is partially linked to increasing social isolation, with a 53% rise in people eating alone over the past 2 decades, an activity strongly associated with lower happiness levels. According to the Wall Street Journal, the Federal Reserve's recently released audit of its 2024 financial statements revealed an operating loss of $77.6 billion, marking the 2nd consecutive year of significant losses. In 2023, the Fed reported an even larger loss of $114.5 billion. That's all for today's Ching Chow Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.